Good evening. Welcome to the online presentation for A-Level Psychology. I will be your conductor through this whistle-stop tour of A-Level Psychology. I'm Mr. Barrett. So the basic requirements start off with the student needs to achieve a 6 in math and English in order to be able to access both the statistical component of the course as well as the vast amounts of reading and essay writing and be able to synthesize large quantities of information relatively quickly. So English is a paramount skill they need. So also a 5 or 6 in a science subject. It can be combined science, it can be triple, it can be double. So 5 or 6 in science would be the minimum requirement to be able to choose psychology at A level. So there are currently 2 teachers, myself, Mr. Barrett. I am the head of psychology, and Ms. Carlson is also helping me teach some of the biological components of the course as well as research methods and some other topics. So the course itself covers a whole host, a wide variety of behaviors that humans exhibit and develop and change. So typically we look at conformity, obedience, social influences with behavior, as well as we look at mental health issues, the issues around diagnosing, treatments, reliance on drug therapy, what are the alternatives? We look at different mental issues in detail. We look at OCD and depression and phobias and schizophrenia, just to name a few. And then we particularly focus on the brain. In psychology and human behavior is brain-based. So we look at neuroimaging techniques, fMRI, MRI, CAT. We look at delineating the difference between social influences, neuroscientific influences, cognitive influences, psychodynamic, Freudian, unconscious influences as well. So psychology covers a whole host of behaviors, far too many for me to even skim the surface in a brief presentation. We tend to focus on relationships, and students have to pick 3 options. So we tend to focus on relationships. Schizophrenia is option 2, and option 3 is typically forensic psychology or addiction. Those are the 2 more interesting ones, and those are the 2 that I have expertise in. And this year we are doing forensic psychology. So relationships predominantly looks at why we have mates, what attracts us to certain individuals, why relationships are formed, how they're maintained, and then how they break down and what ends relationships. Schizophrenia is just a deep dive into the mental disorder of schizophrenia, the origins, symptoms, treatments, explanations, ways to help people with schizophrenia cope and live a meaningful life so they can assimilate into society. And forensic psychology, the 3rd option, will focus on profiling serial killers, the explanations of why people commit violent acts, why they commit antisocial behavior, the treatments in ways to rehabilitate individuals, why rehabilitation is ineffective, why recidivism rates increase, why they fluctuate. And that is generally the breakup of the course between year 12 and year 13. Now, also, this breakdown perfectly mirrors the papers. So for the year 12 content, there are 2 papers, so paper 1 is going to be social influence, memory, attachment, and psychopathology. Paper 2 will be the next 3 topics, approaches, biopsychology, and research methods. And then paper 3 is going to be the 3 options there circled, as well as a section on issues and debates. So that's how the content in the exams are going to be sort of broken up. And then the examinations in psychology, there are 3 exams. They're all 2 hours. They're all worth 33.33% of the overall grade. And each paper has a mixture of types of questions. So before the students take the exams, they are well versed in the exam technique and well aware of all the types of possible questions that could come up for all 3 papers. And there's no coursework. It is 3 exams. That's it. That comprises the total of the students' results in A-level psychology.